Two aliens, two fathers, two icons who crash-landed on Earth, but chose very different paths. Omni-Man, the Viltrumite agent sent to infiltrate and conquer from within, posing as a hero while preparing the world for destruction. Superman, the Kryptonian refugee raised by human parents to become the symbol of hope, justice, and everything good. At first glance, they look like reflections of each other, both super strong, both capable of flight, both wearing capes. But if they ever faced each other, no rules, no plot armor, who would win? That's what we're breaking down today. And trust me, this isn't as one-sided as you might think. Let's go round by round. Round 1. Strength. Who hits harder? Let's talk pure strength, the kind that ends battles with a single punch. Omni-Man is no joke. In Invincible, we've seen him tear through buildings, shatter steel, rip people apart mid-sentence, and turn cities into dust clouds. He fights like a force of nature, calculated, explosive, and absolutely relentless. And when he really gets going, even other Viltrumites hesitate to step in. But then there's Superman. And Superman? He operates on a different tier. Yes, he's held collapsing cities together, held massive structures in orbit, stopped moving objects that were moments from global destruction. But more importantly, he's done it with care, with precision, with one arm holding back and the other protecting the people below. That's the key difference here. Omni-Man uses his strength like a hammer. Superman uses his like a scalpel until he doesn't have to. And when he cuts loose, we've seen him shake planets, crack dimensional barriers, and go toe-to-toe with enemies who could erase solar systems. But don't count Omni-Man out, because brute force isn't the only thing that matters in a fight like this. Round 2, speed and reaction. Now, here's where things really start to split. Omni-Man is fast. He crosses countries in seconds, blitzes enemies before they can blink, and keeps up with other Viltrumites in aerial combat. His flight speed alone is enough to casually reach orbit, and his reflexes are battle-tested through literal centuries of warfare. But Superman, he doesn't just fly fast, he thinks fast. He hears a cry for help in one part of the world, and responds before the sound finishes. He fights enemies that move faster than light, and still lands the first hit. To him, the rest of the world moves in slow motion when he's in combat mode. In a straight-up speed contest, Superman could take Omni-Man by surprise, not just by moving faster, but by thinking, reacting, and adjusting faster. Another edge to Superman, but again, raw stats don't always decide a fight. Round 3, mentality and morality. This right here is where things flip. Because when it comes to mentality, Omni-Man might have the upper hand. Superman was raised to protect. He holds back. He's afraid of what might happen if he doesn't. He's been taught that life is sacred, even the life of his enemies. And that compassion, it's beautiful, but in the wrong fight, it can be a weakness. Omni-Man has no such hesitation. He was bred for war, trained from childhood to dominate. He doesn't flinch, doesn't hesitate, and doesn't care if you beg for mercy. If a fight needs to end, he ends it. No second thoughts. And that ruthless mindset, it's dangerous. Because if Superman holds back for even a second, if he underestimates what Omni-Man is willing to do, it could cost him the fight. But that's the twist. Because Superman's restraint isn't weakness, it's discipline. And when he chooses to go all out, that's when things get terrifying. Round 4, experience, endurance, and willpower. Now, let's talk long-term. Omni-Man is centuries old. He's fought in wars that lasted decades, led conquests across galaxies, and survived more battles than anyone can count. He knows how to adapt mid-fight. He knows how to wear opponents down. And when you think he's out of energy, he digs deeper and keeps going. But Superman isn't new to war either. Across his many versions and timelines, he's led armies, survived endless invasions, and stood against beings far more terrifying than Omni-Man. He's fought foes that manipulate time, corrupt his mind, and threaten all of existence, and still come out on top. And more than anything, Superman's endurance isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's moral. He keeps fighting even when he's broken, even when he's alone, even when there's nothing left but the hope that tomorrow might be better. Omni-Man might push harder, but Superman endures longer. So who wins? If Omni-Man catches Superman off guard, if he goes in for the kill before Clark realizes just how dangerous he is, maybe he lands the first big blow. He's ruthless, tactical, and completely unafraid of getting his hands dirty. But the second Superman realizes what he's dealing with, the second he stops holding back, that fight changes instantly. Because Superman isn't just a hero, he's a symbol. And when he lets go of restraint, you're not fighting a man anymore, you're fighting a force of nature. Omni-Man is powerful, but Superman is on another level. So, could Omni-Man beat Superman? Almost, but not quite. Because the one thing Superman has that Omni-Man never will is the strength to win without losing himself. But here's a twist. Omni-Man might not be the Viltrumite Superman should worry about, because there's someone even more dangerous, more brutal, and far, far stronger. Thrag. Could he beat Superman? That's a whole other level of violence. And we'll break that one down next, so don't miss it.